is where all of my money goes. Every time a bill comes, I just hate owning a home because who needs to pay $250 for electric?
Are you the same woman that won't split bills with a man because you could be paying 50% of that instead? Or heck, maybe even a little bit less if you're willing to do stuff around the house instead. Women are often told this lie that they should do everything, be strong, independent women, that relationships bring no value, but that is so far from the truth. Having a partner in life is the best thing ever. Having someone that's on your team no matter what is absolutely wonderful. And if you have a handy man, you guys can save money because he realistically might be able to do some of the repairs around the house or even your vehicle. Having a man in your life is one of the most underrated things ever. I'm so sick of the narrative being like, oh, they don't bring value or it's not worth it. Yeah, it is.
Y'all say y'all want to go 100%. Then you get mad. This is what it looks like. This is what being an adult looks like, actually, to be honest with you. And y'all get mad at that. Well, this is what you asked for.
I don't know. Maybe it's because men genuinely do care about us ladies and want to respect our boundaries. Plus, he doesn't want to play games. He's got a PlayStation or an Xbox for that one. Also, a lot of men know after you turn him down that you'll happily keep him in your life for validation and money or whatever he can give. And you'll never give him a chance. Let's be real here. So he knows he's just being used. Men also heard loud and clear when we wanted consent culture, when we wanted our no to be taken seriously, and they listened. So when you say no and he walks away, he's showing that he's emotionally mature. He's showing he has self-respect. And he's showing he has respect for your autonomy. But if your ego is so fragile that you need to be chased after you reject him just to feel validated, oh, that's not his problem, it's yours. It's not that men aren't trying anymore. They happily try for the women that don't reject them, for the women that are genuinely interested in back. So maybe stop playing games with these men. Hey Queen, so a lot of men that play this like to have their friends with them, so that's probably the only day off that all the friends were off at the same time. And 6 p.m. is still pretty early, so he's probably deep into like a 4-hour campaign. Yes, they can take that long. He's probably in one of his guy friends' basement, because let's be real here, there's not as many women that play this. He's probably half-elf barbarian right now. And you don't have to worry, he's rolling dice and fighting imaginary dragons. So unless you're jealous and worried about those fantasy elves, you're probably good. This is a great time to do your self-care and worry about yourself right now. It's gonna be a bit. If you're with a man that plays this, you probably don't have to worry about him cheating on you because he's gonna spend so much time playing D&D, he won't even have time to think about that. And if you're really supportive of him with this, because a lot of women aren't, so that puts you ahead of all of his exes and anyone else he's dated.
I want to know if you have pretty privilege, what have you guys gotten with that? Like something free, something nice, like what has that gotten you? I'm just interested because I think I have the opposite. Like I think I have ugly privilege. I don't think I'm super ugly, but I think I'm ugly enough that like when I go out, even if I'm alone or with my friends, never once has any guy ever come up to me or like try to hit on me or try to like ask weird questions. Never.
It's so weird to me how it's always like beautiful women making these videos, and I'm not sure if they're purposely just trying to get compliments, but this woman seems legit. But a lot of men don't approach in general, and it doesn't have a whole lot to do with your appearance. There's probably plenty of men who walk past and think that you're pretty, but they won't say anything to you. And I know in the video you kind of say you don't want those interactions, like the awkward ones. But yeah, you tying your beauty depending on how often people approach you is kind of a silly one to tie yourself to. And I also think it's kind of how you carry yourself and how you interact with others. If you're a friendly person and you smile at others a lot and you're overall approachable, you're more likely to be approached than if you're just walking around like... Or if you look busy and you're in a hurry, like you naturally walk fast, again, people are less likely to approach you because they assume you're busy and you need to be left alone. How does he win? Because if he didn't take you, you'd be mad about that instead. And you guys aren't always gonna have the exact same mindset at the exact same time. You're different people. And you were demanding that he say yes, even though he clearly didn't want it. And he gave you exactly what you asked for by taking you. And I understand you wanted him to be enthusiastic about it just like you were. Clearly this is not his thing. You could pick something next time that would be his thing. If he'd rather go to a sports game or something. This is why it's so important to not force the outcome and to maybe have some girlfriends that could take you to other places you want to go where they'll be enthusiastic about it as well. And also, if you're constant with this mindset, then he may get to the point where he may not feel like he can be emotionally honest with you. And this will happen a lot more often than you realize. And you just won't have a happy relationship because of it. So don't guilt trip him into pretending he likes the same exact things as you. And let him opt out sometimes.
Exactly. Sit up here upset because the man didn't want to go. And you wanted to force him to go because you thought it would be a good time. Even though y'all been together for a number of years and you knew that he did not want to be there. But you forced him to go and he did it just to make you happy. And now he's not, oh, you're not enjoying yourself? No. Why not? Because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go in the first place. It's not fun to me. It's never been fun to me. I said, you can go with your girls. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to drag me along thinking that it would be fun. It's not fun. It's never fun. But let it be something that I want to do. All of a sudden, oh, can we do something else? This is not really fun. Oh, why don't we do something that benefits both of us, that both of us like? Because the last time we did something, I had to do what you wanted to do. And now it's time for you to do something that I want to do. That's fair. But of course, with some of these women, they don't really even care about being fair. They just care about what they want to do, whenever they want to do it, how they want to do it. And they want everybody to fall in line with whatever they like. Happy wife, happy life, I think is what they say. A miserable existence.
Y'all men aren't out here really asking women what they bring to the table, are you? Because that has got to be like an urban myth or something. What do you want them to say? Because I'm bringing my appetite. Like, you invited me. This is your table. Like, what are we eating? Okay? I want ribeye.
Well, I don't think this question is directly asked a good chunk of the time. I do think a lot of men are thinking it because so many women have gotten to the point where they use men for free meals. And he doesn't know if you're that woman or not. Some women literally show up just for the meal and she has no intention on dating him or seeing him afterwards or having anything long term. And a lot of men actually do want long term relationships. And having this mindset where it's like, okay, you have to pay for the meal no matter what. He has to pay for your time. Because let's be real here, women aren't asking men out. And if they did, maybe it would be easier. Whoever invites pays. Great. I think that logic would make sense in that situation. But I think a lot of women forget that the whole point of dating is there's supposed to be genuine interest from both sides. If this was your dream man, if this was your future husband, let me guess, you would be more than happy to pay, right? And now I don't think you should pay all the time, but I feel like offering is basically the bare minimum. And a lot of men will tell you, no, I got it. But it's still a nice gesture to offer to pay. And that also shows that you are genuinely willing to invest in that first date as well. That you see him as a human being and not a wallet. It would be one thing if these guys knew and were okay with the situation, but I have a feeling that's not the case. And 3 boyfriends, so you're cheating on all of them. So you think this is probably justified because you might have had an ex that didn't treat you very good, you didn't have a good relationship, so that you're going to spend the rest of your life being bitter using other people for your own personal gain. And yeah, it may be fun in the moment and you may be getting a lot of benefits, but long term, what are you going to do? When the money inevitably dries up or when you can't get that many men at once? Do you have a backup plan? And do you have any empathy for those men when they're hurting or they realize that they have been used the entire time? It's insane to me that it's considered a flex to not have empathy for others these days. To use people and then brag about it on social media. What? You don't have anything else you could use to be proud of. And your entire income is tied to who likes you in the moment. Why not just build your own income? And that's actually brag-worthy, unlike this.
Guilt tripping your partner because you haven't had bedroom activities in 4 weeks, 4 months, 6 months is only going to do one of 2 things. They're going to give in, but they're going to hate every single second of it. It's just going to cause more resentment in your relationship. And we all know that according to relationship experts John and Julie Gottman, resentment is one of the leading causes of divorce. Or 2, you're just going to push them farther away because you're not a safe person. You're blaming them for whatever that is going on. And remember, no intimacy or a lack of intimacy is a symptom of a deeper issue.
True, guilt tripping is not the best way to go, but here's the thing, it doesn't start with that. It starts with the calm conversations, him bringing it up, him opening up that his needs are not being met in the relationship. And instead of pointing fingers at him, saying that he's guilt tripping you, at what point do you stop and consider that his needs aren't being met? At what point do you have some empathy for that? 4 weeks? 6 months of him not getting what he needs out of the relationship? And you want to paint this picture that he is the most horrible person on the planet? When he's sitting there feeling undesired, he's sitting there feeling like a burden, like a creep in some cases? Because from your point of view, him asking for a basic connection in the relationship makes him selfish? Really? This man probably feels rejected every single day. He's brought it up calmly. He's talked to you about it. Maybe the woman found a way to invalidate him. She brushed it off because it doesn't matter. Because she knows deep down there's no consequences. There's no consequences if his needs don't get met. Because she knows he won't leave right away. It's gonna take a while before he finally gives in. Did you ever stop to consider, how does he feel? Does he feel wanted in this relationship? What is he doing for you? He cares about your needs, right? Anytime you need or want something, he's got it for you. He does his best. But here's the moment that he needs you to do something for him. Something that should be mutually beneficial for the both of you. You write it off like it's no big deal. Oh, because I don't need that constantly. He doesn't either. Men and women couldn't possibly be different. Really? I hate these videos because they always paint men to be the monsters. Yeah, resentment's not great. Yeah, guilt tripping's not great. But why is it always the man that needs to fix the issue? At what point is it sometimes the woman's fault? At what point is she not bringing up her needs? At what point is she not communicating what actually needs to happen in order for her to feel comfortable in that situation again, in order to do those things with him again? But no, here's the thing, it's usually silence from her side. She just ignores his needs. She doesn't tell him what she needs in return. And then he's left with what? Not getting his needs met? Unacceptable. No, men want you to reciprocate. Men want to know that you're genuinely interested in them before they spend a bunch of money on a date. Because it's becoming more and more common to just go out on dates with men for the food, for the activity, and not pay for anything. And do you actually want to be pursued, or are you expecting him to worship the ground that you walk on? You can then call him a nice guy, then friend zone him and never find him attractive, because we see that happen a lot. Do you actually want a genuine connection with this man, or do you want to be able to control him? And why should he have to chase you? You guys are supposed to be equals. He shouldn't have to prove his worth to you. And he shouldn't have to put up with mixed signals when you can communicate like an adult. And let's be real here, if he gives you too much effort, he's clingy. If he gives you too little effort, he's nonchalant. That's a game. Men don't want to play games. Healthy adults don't chase, they choose who they like. And if it's not reciprocated, they go about their business. They move on.
He knows this. He knows this. It's just rage bait is really honestly and truly what it is. And it's working as it should. But this is what some of these modern women do. They try to make fun of a man and call him a woman because he says, hey, I've been paying for all of these dates. When is it that you're going to put back in? What exactly are you going to be doing? I was looking at another clip the other day where a woman was talking about how a man needs to, he needs to pay a certain amount. He needs to make a certain investment. And a woman got in her comments and said, okay, so what are they receiving for this investment? What are they receiving for their time? And she was confused as to why a woman would ask that question, because the girls who are actually girls should get it. Unfortunately, that's not common sense. And so anybody with a brain wouldn't get it. Reciprocation.
This is definitely relatable for a lot of us on a very deep level. And a lot of us are taught from a young age that love is conditional, that love is earned, that we earn it through good grades and showing up and making our bed and eating our vegetables. And then we suppress our true selves because we want to be accepted by others. And here's the thing, in life, you should be the person that you personally like. The type of person that reflects your own values. It shouldn't be about being enough for others. At that point, it just might be a compatibility issue. someone that can get along with that specific person. And here's the thing, if you have this mindset, nothing will ever be enough. Because when we get compliments, we assume the other person's lying, when they're probably not. You over-explain yourself in situations because you assume everything about yourself is a burden, when it's not. And then you date people who probably don't like you that much, or they're emotionally unavailable themselves. And in the relationship, you feel like you have to earn their love. And that feels more real to you because that's what you're used to. Rather than showing up as yourself and someone genuinely loving your presence. And you guys just enjoy being around each other for no particular reason. Maybe just your vibe or your existence in general. You're not sitting there trying to earn or bend yourself to make them like you. And if you're this type of person, when someone does treat you well and you haven't done anything for them, you secretly don't trust it. You don't feel like they're being authentic. Because deep down, you might not feel like you have any value unless you're doing stuff for others. And that's not how it's supposed to work. The hardest part about this is you have to grieve everything that you never got. Whether it's the validation or love. You don't wait for that other person to come around or fix the situation because they probably won't. Then you need to start learning how to love yourself. And I don't mean this in some conceited way, but like keep promises to yourself. Don't abandon yourself in situations where you want to say no, say no. Figure out what your value system is and stick with it. Don't let people decide that for you. It can take a long time to move past this, but you can. Nobody should be feeling like this. Girl, no, those flowers are beautiful and a lot of us ladies would be so excited and happy to have those. Don't even. And do you actually not find them pretty enough? Or do you think you just can't show them off on social media as easily because they don't look a specific way? They're not the trendy flowers. Even if it was like a dandelion on the side of the road, a lot of us ladies would be happy that he thought of us and grabbed it for us. And let me guess, you're also the type of woman that wants a masculine man. Well, a lot of masculine men don't know all these different kinds of flowers or the color variations or whatever. They're not florists. So what do you want? Men aren't mind readers either. One style that you like might not be the same style another woman likes. And heck, a lot of men just grab the flowers they think are pretty and then they bring them to you. It's that simple. And this is why so many men are walking on eggshells these days. He could literally buy a woman flowers and still have it not be good enough. And men, if you're with a woman like this, go find another one.
See you find out today.
What did you say?
I hate how this is referred to as bare minimum, like it's absolutely nothing. And this just encourages you to not appreciate him because it's bare minimum. And the problem is a lot of ladies are sending mixed messages out to men right now. A lot of men, when they showed up, they got mocked. They were called a simp. And for a lot of ladies, if they did have a good man like this that was doing these things, they would see the calm as boring. It's one thing to have standards and expectations, but it's another to just expect your man to do everything for you without reciprocating or realizing that you're making fun of or mocking him when he does certain things for you. And some ladies who have spent their entire lives feeling emotionally starved, maybe because of their upbringing or the bad decisions they've made over time, they get bored real fast of men like this because they feel like they need to earn love. And if this is you, you need to work on yourself, otherwise you will never have a man like this because you won't know how to reciprocate with him, and then you'll also get bored of him quick.
And your boyfriend doesn't give you attention.
I'm a little puppy dog that needs attention 24/7. How is this okay? You broke something of his and you interrupted his game? Oh, but let me guess, you want him to respect you enough and give you attention. Because your needs are the only thing that matter in this relationship. Clearly his needs on wanting to play a game for a little while and de-stress is way too much for you. Would you do something like this to your best friend? Let me guess, the answer is no. Because you respect them. You wouldn't do this to your mom or dad. So why are you treating your partner any different? Don't be with someone that you don't respect. How hard is it to ask him to give you attention to, after his round or his game or after a couple hours, pay attention to you? Most men would be okay with that. Imagine if he smashed your makeup. I bet you'd throw a huge tantrum. He's supposed to sit there and be all calm when you take a pan to his TV?
That's crazy work. Ruining somebody else's system. That TV is probably $200-$300. And even if he got it at a pawn shop, the man spent money trying to set up something that makes him happy. And because you can't figure out how to go do something with your time, there's TikTok, there's TV shows for you to watch. You can go to the playground, you can set up a basketball court and shoot some hoops in the back. Anything but be destructive and be in a man's face. Y'all be talking about y'all don't have no time to get your own life and you can't figure out who you are and you've lost yourself in a relationship. Then y'all go out and do stupid stuff like this. Instead of messing with him while he's playing the game, you could have taken that time to develop yourself personally, to grow, and really discover yourself again. But you're in his face breaking his stuff.
I left my wallet.
What?
I left my wallet at home, yeah.
This boyfriend tells his partner that he forgot his wallet at home to test her loyalty. You won't believe what happened next. Who is a red flag?
So either we gonna get back there and wash dishes or you can pay for it real quick.
Me?
Yeah.
Pay for all this? You got 5 things.
It might be like $200. Nothing crazy.
$200?
Yeah.
I'm not paying that.
I got you.
You better call somebody to come bring your wallet. I'm not paying that.
What are you talking about?
That's embarrassing. You want me to pay for your food?
I mean, it's our food one time.
But you pay for everything. This is so weird. I'm just a girl.
This is absolutely ridiculous. The way she reacts to that. Forgetting your wallet is something that happens to everybody at some point. And this woman is probably so used to taking from this man that asking to contribute something is too much for her, really. Not only that, but this is a great definition of how things are for her when things are inconvenient. And this just goes to show long term, she will not be able to handle any inconvenience in life. It's easy for a woman that uses men to be sweet when she's not being inconvenienced. But the second you ask for something in return, that's when the mask slips off. Congratulations for buying a house, but that's like an individual achievement, not a relationship one. Are you supportive? Are you kind? Are you emotionally available? Are you good at communicating? And are you actually fun to be with? Also, a relationship isn't about what he can buy you. I hope that helps. These two things aren't even related, and if he were to get you flowers, do you show appreciation for that? Or do you nitpick how they look or how much they cost as a way of putting him down and be like, well, I could do better than that. You could buy yourself flowers, you buy yourself a house, go buy yourself flowers. These are two things that should never be compared. Just because you buy yourself a house doesn't mean he needs to try to compete with that. Maybe he's not buying you flowers because you're exhausting, or he's constantly walking on eggshells and he doesn't feel the need to go get you flowers.
He goes, it's just funny how you just never offer to pay. Like, you've never paid. And I'm like, I didn't know you wanted to because you said you wanted to be a provider.
This is why I think it's a good idea to just offer to pay on all dates. Because even a man that plans to be a provider, he doesn't know you that well yet. So long term, yeah, he'll probably be a provider for the woman he ends up with. But I think a lot of men take a lot of appreciation when you pull out your wallet and you're ready to pay and you offer to pay. Because even though they know they're going to be like, no, it's okay, I got it. It shows that you value his time as well. You're willing to invest in that and pay for the food. With a lot of men, they just feel like they're obligated to pay because she won't even offer or bring it up. She just acts like she's expecting him to every single time. So even if he does have a provider mindset, offering means a lot to him. And then it also gives you an opportunity to thank him again when he's like, oh no, I got it, go ahead and put your wallet away or whatever it is. But overall, it shows that you value the time that you're spending with him. And even for a man that genuinely doesn't want you to pay, for a lot of them, they see that as a compliment you just offering.
And that take selfies is a red flag. Most girls won't notice it because you've only been with guys who do that. But now imagine you meet a guy that doesn't take selfies. Now notice the difference. You want them to have confidence, but not the level of confidence that it's going to take out your phone and take a picture of it. Personally, I think that a guy that thinks that he's too attractive is unattractive. I'd rather be with a much uglier guy that doesn't think that much of himself, or a guy that is attractive that is not bragging on it. For one, who are you sending that to? Your Hinge profile? Or are you really feeling yourself? You're like, oh, look how good I look.
Oh, it's okay when women do it though, right? Women can have an entire, oh yeah, I forgot, she justifies it in this video. We want men that are confident, but if they're confident, we don't like them anymore. And I think the reality is anyone that sits there and takes selfies 24/7, I mean, I think that's just unattractive in general. Because that could mean that they value the wrong things. It's just weird because When we see women posting selfies, a lot of people assume that, oh, she's just self-love. She's just vibing, she's checking the lighting. But men can't even post one selfie, like every couple years or so. So you want a man that's attractive, but he's unaware of it. Why? Because then he might have higher standards and you can't handle that? Is that what it is?
If you're a gamer and your girlfriend doesn't understand that you can't just pause your game every time she walks in, even though you just texted her that you wanted some food, let me talk to her for a second. Hi, Queen. So you know when you're getting your nails done and you're doing dip and they put the gel on your nail right before they dip it in, you can't just pause, because if we did, then all of the glue would dry and it wouldn't get the dip nail polish. Now let's say you're getting your hair done and they put the dye on your hair and the foils are on. You can't just pause, because if you leave it on too long, bleach will fry your hair or it won't turn the same color. It's exactly why they can't pause their game. Sure, they just texted you that they wanted food, and by the time you got up there, even though it was 5 seconds later, now they're too busy to even acknowledge your existence. It's okay. They're not doing it on purpose. Just know that they wanted to pause their game, but they couldn't right now. And if you give them a little head tickle and walk away, trust me, they'll thank you later.
Is it weird that I'm not scared of maybe having to get a divorce one day? Most people go into marriages and they're like, this is it. This is the one person for the rest of my life. I'm good. And I guess for me, it's just that in today's society, I think the probability of being with one person for 50 years is just really low. Maybe it's just that I can't see anybody being with me for 50 years. And honestly, it'd be very on brand for me to get a divorce. Like, that just kind of makes sense with my lore. It's not that I want to. I'm not scared of it.
I don't think you necessarily should be scared of it. Don't get married then. Like, yes, you're being realistic. Not most marriages don't last. But at the same time, they require work and dedication. It's not just, oh, well, we argue, we're gonna go get a divorce now. It's not like that. And if you do think like that, it's not for you. Marriage is not for everybody. And is this some of your insecurity maybe underneath the surface? And that's why you think it's part of your lore, part of your story, that you don't trust yourself to be lovable that long, that you're not willing to put in the work to make it work. You're already planning for your future marriage to fail, so you're not as disappointed when it does, kind of thing. And are you just afraid of being wrong potentially, because when you get married, you're declaring that you're going to be with that person the rest of your life, and so if it does end, which most marriages do end, then are you afraid to confront that fact?
Would it be on brand to delete this video? Would it be on brand for you to just not waste anybody's time? Because I can see in your eyes, you're ready to waste time, energy, money, and resources. You're ready to have a man build up his retirement fund, pay into something, build a whole entire life around somebody that's flighty. This is what it looks like. Why aren't men getting married? Why are men staying single? How come I can't find a man to approach me? Well, I mean, they don't got to go far to have a reason. Here it is right here, saying silly stuff. Delete this.
And who's responsible for fixing it when it gets messed up? The hole in the wall? Let me guess, him? Or any other damage you make to the house? And if you think about this is a really selfish way to show up in your relationship. Your time means more than his. He needs to drop everything and do exactly what you ask of him. He might not be busy or even just resting or tired or whatever it is. He's not allowed to do those things because everything revolves around your schedule. I don't know, if you're gonna be doing this, then you need to accept full responsibility for any damage that you potentially caused. And also, why even bother asking him if you expect it immediately? Or at least say that, hey, could you do this right now? And don't get mad at him if he sometimes says, no, I can't, I'm busy, or whatever it is. If he were in the kitchen doing this, saying about like him cooking himself a meal or something, and that he's not responsible for the mess or whatever it is, women would be livid about that video. Oh, if she doesn't cook when I tell her to and I make a mess, oh well. I thought we didn't want men to approach us though. Not only that, but comparing it to war, that was often mandatory. And it was about protecting the entire country, not just individual women. You're not hurting by standing on the train. You can't demand equality and equal treatment only when it benefits you. And when men don't give you a seat, they're treating you like an equal. You wanted the same rules in society? Well, you got them. Also, you don't know what those men sitting down have gone through. Even then, they don't need a reason. But some of those men maybe have been spent the last 12 hours working construction. Maybe they've got back pain. Maybe they're upset. Maybe they're having a bad day. But you look at these men and think they're worthless if they don't stand up for you. And you don't even know these men. The entitlement. Those seats are for whoever shows up first. These men owe you absolutely nothing.
You want me to like be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the kids, but keep my full-time job and pay half of the bills? No, I love that. I'm soaking wet thinking about it.
The majority of men are not asking for this. Typically, it's one or the other. He has a preference potentially. I'm finding that more and more men would actually rather you work, and then you both help around the house, or you hire outside services for that. It's just so funny when we asked for equal relationships, 50-50. We didn't actually want 50-50. We wanted more than that. We wanted staying at home. But also, if we wanted a career, we wanted to have the ability to do so and not actually bring any money into the actual household. I know of so many women who want to make money, but they still don't think they should pay any of the bills. So all his money goes towards household expenses, and what does she do with her money? And typically, if a woman wants to stay home, there's typically an issue when she's like super upset with how the money's being spent when she's not earning it, or doesn't do any of the housework. He comes home to a messy house and no dinner. A lot of men today just don't want to be used financially. If you're willing to give everything that you possibly can to the relationship, he's more than happy to do the same. A lot of guys have seen their dads, their uncles, or friends get totally destroyed in court, lose everything they worked hard for. They've seen them lose homes and assets, while the woman that they once were with didn't really contribute anything tangible to the relationship. And men are afraid of that, which, I mean, can you blame them? So yes, men are cautious, and rightfully so. They're treating you like equals. That's what we asked for. Not only that, but let's be realistic here. If more men offered up their seat, a lot of women would automatically assume that he expects something out of it, or that he's flirting with her. He could be a married man. Or some women would even get angry. Oh, what, you don't think I'm capable of standing up? Men literally can't win. He opens a door for a woman and gets yelled at for the same thing. Men don't owe you anything. And this entitlement here is a big reason why a lot of men don't want to do these things. Because you're expecting it. You're mad that they're not doing it automatically. So what, if a man realistically offered you his seat, would you have said thank you? Would you have been grateful? Or would you have just taken it and not said anything to him? Because you expect it. He's required to give it to you. And the reality is he's not. So enjoy standing up. But let me guess, if these men used you, you would be upset. And why? Because maybe one of your exes didn't treat you good, and now you're gonna punish every single other man that you interact with for the rest of your life? Because of the one thing your ex might have done to you? That's giving your ex a lot of power if you think about it. And when you do this long term, you won't know any other way anymore. You'll forget how to have a genuine relationship with someone, and this will also transfer to your other relationships, your friendships, your family, and you'll just be awful to be around overall. You'll have that entitled mindset where you expect everyone to do things for you, and you'll be super transactional. Also, you'll lose the ability to trust anyone, and you can't have a good relationship unless there's some trust there. This whole trend is so ridiculous. I keep seeing videos or pictures of this. Not only that, can you not get your resources yourself? You can't get things yourself. You have to use someone else for it. Then you're forced to rely on others instead of being able to rely on yourself. Then what? When you're single, then what? You have nothing because you don't know how to get those things for yourself? There's a happy middle ground where you can genuinely love the person, want to be with them, but also don't let them walk on you, setting reasonable boundaries. But this is not it. Absolutely love this. It's so weird how it's almost considered old-fashioned to respect your relationship, your marriage. Not only that, but what does it accomplish? Speaking badly about your husband, nothing. It doesn't fix any issues. I mean, if you have an issue with him, go talk to him. Go fix the problem. And talking badly about your relationship actually damages it long term. And it's kind of funny because if you're around toxic people and they're speaking badly about their relationships all the time, it makes them uncomfortable when you're not talking badly about your husband because, again, you're pointing out what they tolerate. It also emphasizes to them that what they're doing might not be okay, and hopefully gets the point across, but it probably won't. And that doesn't mean our husbands are perfect by any means, but you don't make fun of him or mock him or put his personal business on display like that. It's becoming too common. You see women filming their man doing things and then they post it. Talks about, oh, look at my lazy husband, and it goes viral. Like, that's not only embarrassing for him, but it's embarrassing for you too. You should never invite people to disrespect your relationship.
This is because they be online trying to figure out how to talk bad about their husbands, trying to talk bad about their significant others. They can't figure out how to say anything good about their man unless he's spending $5,000 on a vacation somewhere that they actually didn't need. They can't figure out how to say anything good about him because he didn't pay for their nails. He didn't pay for a massage. He didn't pay for some expensive dinner that actually they really didn't need, they didn't like, but it's just a status symbol. Oh yeah, I've been there. You didn't even like it. Yeah, but I want to go again because all my friends are going and they said it's good, so I want to try it again. You said we went twice. You said you didn't like it. Yeah, but I want to go again. Third time's a charm. Wasting money. None of it is coming out of your pocket. And so in order to keep up drama in your life because you think that you're the main character, you continue coming on here talking negatively about your man. I think we've all been run across some of the videos where that woman is talking about, oh, I wanted to divorce my husband. I was at the brink. Why? Why are you sharing this type of stuff online? Oh, his family don't know about it. I'm pretty sure his family and his friends don't know about it. Then why are you sharing it online if they don't know about it? You don't think it would be embarrassing for him to have somebody out of nowhere come up to him and say, man, your wife said y'all thinking about divorce? What? Imagine being at work. Imagine being at the gym. Imagine being at church, praying at the altar, and somebody comes up behind you, pastor and the whole pastoral staff. Everybody, ladies from all over, everybody coming to pray for, oh, touch him. Oh, he needs it right now. And you sitting up there, yeah, you know, I have just as many problems as the next person, but you know, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. Only to find out afterwards. Yeah, man, I heard you and Kate were getting a divorce. A divorce? What are you talking about? Yeah, because a woman went online talking nonsense about a relationship that nobody's supposed to know about. Oh, I want to be open and vulnerable. It's always about being open and vulnerable with the stuff that you need to close your mouth about. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed modern women do that? They want a man to protect their emotions. Oh man, don't get out here and embarrass me. If a man embarrasses you, he doesn't like you. If he says a joke about you, he don't like you. Oh, but it's okay for you to be out here embarrassing me, saying whatever you need to say, blindsiding me. These modern women at all costs want a man to speak highly of them, to be obsessed with them, to do whatever they need him to do whenever they need him to do it. But when a man asks for something in return, I can't do it. And a man that's secure in himself and a man that's secure in himself wouldn't care what I do online. Thinking about a woman that blocked her husband from her online activities, then unblocked him, and he came to her and said, I saw you were following this guy a little bit too closely. You're doing a little bit too much. Oh, I'm going to have to block him again. Or you can you could just show a little bit more respect to your relationship and stop fiending and lusting over somebody that's not your husband. They don't even have the common decency to do it in private. They'd be all up in a man's comments lusting in public. Oh man, ain't nobody ever gonna see it. You'd be surprised how you be running up on somebody else's comments. Oh, I know that person. Hey, did you see your wife? Yeah, I did. I did now because you just showed me. But of course, it's the man's fault. Accountability.